Welcome to Facts Repo, your home for the most intriguing stories from history. In the cold winter of 1926, the world's most celebrated mystery writer, Agatha Christie, found herself at the center of a real-life whodunit that could have been ripped from the pages of her own novels. She became a mystery herself, vanishing without a trace and leaving behind a nation baffled and a police force in a state of high alert. On the evening of December 3rd, Christie left her home in Sunningdale, Berkshire. The following morning, her car was discovered abandoned near a chalk quarry, perched precariously over the edge. Inside the vehicle were her fur coat and an expired driver's license, but the author herself was nowhere to be found. The news of her disappearance spread like wildfire, capturing the public's imagination and sparking one of the largest manhunts in English history. Over 1,000 police officers were assigned to the case, joined by hundreds of civilian volunteers. For the first time ever, airplanes were used in a search for a missing person, scouring the countryside for any sign of the famed writer. The press descended upon the story with feverish excitement. Headlines screamed her name, and wild speculation filled the newspapers. Was it foul play? A kidnapping? Or had she taken her own life? The mystery deepened with each passing day, and the entire country held its breath, waiting for a clue. The search involved some of the most prominent figures of the time, including fellow mystery writer Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, the creator of Sherlock Holmes. Doyle, a known spiritualist, even took one of Christie's gloves to a medium, hoping to gain some psychic insight into her whereabouts. The medium's pronouncements, however, proved to be of little help. As the days turned into a week, the pressure mounted. The police were under immense scrutiny, and every lead was followed, no matter how outlandish. They dragged the nearby lake, known as the Silent Pool, which Christie had used as a setting in one of her stories, believing she might have drowned there. Then, after 11 long and frantic days, the mystery came to a sudden and perplexing end. Agatha Christie was found, not in some desolate location, but checked into a luxury spa hotel in Harrogate, more than 200 miles from where her car was abandoned. She was safe and sound, but the story was far from over. When she was identified by the hotel staff, she seemed utterly bewildered. She had registered under the name Mrs. Teresa Neal, which was, coincidentally, the surname of her husband's mistress. She claimed to have no memory of who she was, how she got there, or anything about the preceding 11 days. The official explanation given to the public was amnesia, brought on by a state of severe stress. Doctors supported this diagnosis, suggesting she had entered a fugue state, a rare psychiatric condition involving memory loss and the creation of a new identity. But was this the whole truth? Over the years, 3 main theories have emerged, each attempting to unravel the enigma of her disappearance. The first, and most widely accepted at the time, is that she genuinely suffered a nervous breakdown. Her life had been under immense strain. Just months earlier, her beloved mother had passed away, an event that had plunged her into a deep depression. Compounding her grief was the shattering revelation that her husband of 12 years, Colonel Archie Christie, was having an affair. On the very day she vanished, Archie had announced that he was in love with another woman, Nancy Neal, and wanted a divorce. It's believed this devastating news was the final trigger for a mental collapse. According to this theory, a distraught and disoriented Agatha Christie simply drove away, crashing her car in a daze. The shock and emotional trauma then induced a state of amnesia, causing her to wander off and create a new identity as Mrs. Neal, subconsciously adopting the name of her rival. The second theory, however, paints a much more calculating picture. Some biographers and investigators believe the entire disappearance was a publicity stunt. Christie was already a household name, but this event catapulted her to international superstardom. The media frenzy created an unparalleled level of public interest in her and her work. Proponents of this theory point out that the timing was perfect. Her latest novel, The Murder of Roger Ackroyd, had been a massive success, and the disappearance kept her name in the headlines for weeks. When she was found, book sales soared. It was, in essence, the greatest marketing campaign a mystery writer could have ever devised. Could the master of misdirection have orchestrated her own vanishing act to boost her career? It seems almost too cynical to believe, yet for a writer who built a career on intricate plots and clever deceptions, it's not entirely out of the realm of possibility. The third and perhaps most compelling theory is that it was an elaborate plot for revenge. This theory suggests that Christie, heartbroken and furious over her husband's infidelity, staged her disappearance to punish him. She wanted Archie to suffer, to be embroiled in a public scandal, and possibly even be suspected of her murder. By abandoning her car in such a dramatic fashion, she created a scene that strongly suggested foul play. The police naturally turned their attention to Archie, questioning him intensely. For 11 days, he was the prime suspect in the eyes of the public, his reputation in tatters as newspapers hinted at his involvement in his wife's potential demise. If this was her goal, it worked perfectly. Archie was publicly humiliated, his affair exposed to the world. By checking into the hotel under the name of his mistress, Christie added a final, masterful twist of the knife. It was a clear and pointed message, designed to cause him maximum embarrassment. What truly happened during those 11 days remains a secret that Agatha Christie took to her grave. She never spoke of the incident publicly again, and it is conspicuously absent from her autobiography. Her family has always maintained the official story of amnesia, dismissing any other suggestion as baseless speculation. The woman who crafted over 80 baffling mysteries left behind one of her own, a puzzle that continues to fascinate and intrigue us nearly a century later. Was she a vulnerable woman who suffered a genuine breakdown, a shrewd publicist who saw an opportunity, or a scorned wife executing the perfect revenge? Perhaps the truth is a complex mixture of all three. A woman in the depths of despair, who, with the brilliant mind of a storyteller, unconsciously wove a real-life narrative that placed her cheating husband at the center of a national scandal. The mystery of her disappearance has become an inseparable part of her legacy. It's an unsolved chapter in the life of the Queen of Crime, a testament to the fact that sometimes, the most captivating mysteries are the ones that are never truly solved. Thank you for watching this episode of Facts Repo. If you enjoyed this story, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another journey into the fascinating corners of history.